Z93, today's classic rock. Good morning. It is your morning rush with Scotty Perry, and welcome to the program. Happy Wednesday or hump day, whatever you want to call it. We are halfway through this week today on the show. I'm going to tell you about which of your kids is going to be the bully in your family, how we would be good with a new commercial holiday here in America, and more. But first, here's Billy Squire. Z93, today's classic rock, and a new study looked at over 6,000 families to figure out which kids are more likely to bully their siblings, and the answer is the youngest sister. She just can't stop torturing the rest of the family. No, I'm just kidding. The oldest brother is obviously the one who does the most torturing. The researchers found that the oldest kid in the family is most likely to bully their siblings, especially if the oldest is a boy. The study also found that families with more kids have more bullying. When there are only two siblings, there's obviously less. All right, next we're checking in with HudsonValleyWeather.com. We'll also see how that ride to work and school's moving along. Some Queen, U2, and Nickelback on Z93. Z93, today's classic rock. Good morning. It is your morning rush with Scotty Perry, and a new survey found Americans would be okay with one more commercial holiday that's centered around shopping, but we'd only be cool with it if it was a holiday where we bought stuff for ourselves. Look at that. People want a treat yourself day. All right, here's ZZ Top. Z93, today's classic rock. If you got engaged last week, here's something you need to know. According to the Knott's annual Real Wedding Study, the average wedding now costs $33,931. That includes $15,439 for the reception venue, $1,631 for the dress, $1,300 for the DJ, or $4,000 for a band, and $2,400 for flowers. So now you know. Don't get married. Next, we're checking in with HudsonValleyWeather.com. We'll also see how that ride to work and school's moving along. Some Pink Floyd, Golden Earring, and STP on Z93. Z93, today's classic rock. Good morning. It is your morning rush with Scotty Perry, and the biggest financial faux pas you can make, according to a new survey, are taking too long to pay somebody back, underpaying when you're splitting a bill, and bragging about your salary to anybody who will listen. All right, here's Def Leppard. Z93, today's classic rock. Good morning. It is your morning rush with Scotty Perry. And here's a spoiler alert for you. If you pull off the move I'm going to tell you about, you're going to be single for a long, long time. According to a new survey, 1 in 10 people say they've skipped out on a date early just to avoid paying the bill. The survey also found 15% of people have rejected a second date because the person didn't pay or even offer to pay on the first date. You bunch of losers. All right, coming up here, we're going to check in with HudsonValleyWeather.com. We'll also see how that ride to work and school's moving along. Some Nirvana, Ozzy Osbourne, and AC/DC on Z93. Z93, today's classic rock, and Martin Short and Steve Martin were on Jimmy Fallon recently, and they went in on him old school style and gave him a great roasting. They also hammer each other throughout the whole segment. You can check it out now by heading to my blog, Z93HV.com. The keywords are Scotty Perry. I just can't help it. I love the good old roasting segments. All right, next we're checking in with HudsonValleyWeather.com. We'll also see how that ride to work and school's moving along. Some Pearl Jam, Van Halen, and in 7 minutes, Led Zeppelin on Z93. Z93, today's classic rock. Yeah, and that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out today. Up next at 10 a.m., you got my pal Gary C. After him at 2 p.m., you got the Tig Man. I'll be back again here for you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another edition of the Morning Rush. And until then, you stay classy, Hudson Valley.